Hello and welcome to American History, History 131, American History to 1865 from Prehistory. My name is Timothy Regan. My email address at the top of the screen here is tmregan713@access.ilamantcc.edu. You can contact me there anytime you like. I usually respond to emails rather quickly because they come straight to my phone. Right under me is the department head, that's Sherry Singer. She's my boss. Her phone number, email address, and campus office are listed on the top of our syllabus. So if you ever need to contact her for anything, she is available that way. Before we get going on the syllabus here, just to let you know who I am, my name is Timothy Regan again. I am working currently on my PhD in history over at UNCG. I do American history, mostly 20th century stuff. I have a master's degree in history from Salisbury University on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. My major area was 20th century politics, with minors in civil rights and, of all things, colonial Chesapeake history. For my undergrad, I also went to Salisbury, where I majored in colonial history. So what this course is a course that surveys American history from prehistory through the Civil War. We're going to go over a number of topics that you can read here in the course descriptions, and as we go through the syllabus, we'll talk about this a little bit more. It is an online class, and we are going to make heavy use of Moodle and other online resources, and what I mean by that is YouTube. What I'm going to do is Screencast-O-Matic, which is an online product, will allow me to record my face and the whatever I have on my computer screen, and we can watch that through YouTube. So what I'll do is record the weekly lectures. You watch them through Moodle. There will be a link there, and anything else that you need during the week will be on Moodle. I will explain this further as we go along, but let's just keep going through the syllabus here. This course is worth 3 credits. Prerequisites are DRE 097. I assume that you have done that if you're in this class. Part of your student learning outcomes, you can write better, and you should demonstrate awareness of a far diverser global world and familiarity with some cultural concepts. We have some rather specific course objectives that we can go through here, but we're going to do that as we go through the semester anyway. You can read those on your own time. Teaching methods and online classroom responsibility. So we are History 131. This will be taught through a variety of methods. The most common method will be lecture presentations through Moodle, PowerPoint, and YouTube. What I'll do is record myself and the PowerPoint in my lecture and put it on YouTube. I will put a link on Moodle that you should click on there, watch the presentation. So it'll be like a regular class. We just do it online in this way. Additionally, we're going to read some primary stuff, some secondary stuff, and we'll watch some videos online to promote online discussion. There is going to be a place for us to discuss these things online. I will open that up and let you know what it is as we go along here. Supplemental readings, and something that you're going to become super familiar with, are these HAT questions. HAT stands for Historical Assessment of Thinking questions, and we'll get more into that as we go along. They will play a key role in our discussions throughout the semester. What I will do is I will record a weekly lecture and post a link on Moodle to our YouTube channel every Monday or the first business day of the week by 8 p.m. So this week, even though campus is closed because of the snow and ice, I'm still going to upload it because that doesn't affect us being online. But we're off on Martin Luther King Day, for example, so I will post our lecture by 8 p.m. that Tuesday, and I have a couple example dates here on the syllabus. It's just important to follow along with the syllabus and keep up with the lectures and PowerPoints, but specifically, I will record the weekly lecture and post it on Monday, and you'll have until the next Monday to view it. This way, we will keep up with an orderly schedule. I will be specific in the videos about the weekly work that needs to be done, and we will also complete hack questions throughout the semester that you'll need to post on Moodle, and I'll explain that as we go along here. So the required readings for this class, there's an online textbook. It's called MindTap, and you can get this from the bookstore. I think you can buy it online if you can't make it to campus. But that's the online textbook that we used. It's through this thing called Cengage, and it's actually, we use the same book for both sections of U.S. history. So if you buy one, I think I'm right about that, you don't have to buy the other. You can just use the same book for both. For our examinations, our class examinations, there are going to be 3 examinations, including the final. All 3 must be taken. They will consist of short answers, identifications, and essays. We'll also put some hack questions on there. Don't freak out yet. I will tell you what those are. I'll give you multiple essay options to answer on every exam. Answers will be judged on accuracy and abundance of historical information. The final exam is not cumulative, but I will include important material from previous tests as I see fit. All tests must be completed by the due date, and I have them very clearly listed on the bottom of the syllabus, and we will get there as we go along here. Excuse me. And if you have an extremely substantial and documented reason for missing an exam or completing an exam late, contact me at the earliest possible time to schedule a makeup time. It's your responsibility to notify me as early as possible to schedule any makeups. I do strongly encourage you to begin looking at your notes in the textbook days and weeks before the exam. I will give you a study guide probably a week in advance of any exams. Don't try and cram the night before the due date. You'll get nothing except for a headache. So study early and study often. So these are our assignments and the grading breakdown for them. Hack questions. There's 2 parts to this hack question assignment I have here. We have our hack questions, which will be the ones that you'll answer, and then the hack discussions, and I'll expect you to respond to other students' answers. And what I mean by that, we'll just run through here. Students will answer 5 over the course of the semester historical assessment of thinking questions. Each of these questions will be worth 20 points. Your follow-up responses will also be worth 20 points. Brings us to 200 points total for this whole assignment. The objective of these assignments is for students to engage in primary sources, to analyze their significance, and to gain the basic skills of historical thinking. So you're going to participate in some online discussions concerning the hack questions that we do, and I will note those dates on the syllabus. You will need to respond initially to the prompts about the hack question. So I will give you a question that you need to answer, and those are available right now if you want to go take a look at a couple of them on Moodle on the weeks on which they are due. So you need to do that, respond to that question by the due date. I made every due date in this class a Friday at noon. So as we go through the syllabus, I will point that on the schedule. So your initial response needs to be about a paragraph. That's 5 sentences minimum. And your response, so every response that you do to another student's response should be about 5 sentences, 5 sentences minimum, 1 paragraph. So you answer, and then you're going to respond to another student's answer, and there's a week turnaround. So when we get to the schedule, it'll become a little bit more clear. You do something by this Friday, for example, and I will give you till the following Friday to respond to another student's hack response, because most of these hack questions are opinion-based. There's no real right or wrong answer. You're going to have to, it'll be easier to respond to another student's answer because there are no right or wrong answers. If there's any questions about this, please do send me an email or ask me through a video chat, and I can be a little bit more explicit about it. So what else do we have to do? 3 exams there. They're pretty much the same wording on each of them. Each is worth 100 points. And then we have our attendance, participation, and in-class assignments. Attendance and participation will count towards a portion of your grade. As this is an online class, though, attendance is a bit different. You must participate in these online discussions when appropriate. And I'm talking about your responses to the hack questions. Those are online discussions. This category, though, includes any extra assignments, not including the hack assignments that come up during the course of the semester. So let me just say a note about attendance here. Students who never attend the course will be withdrawn by the 10% point and not be allowed to re-enroll in the course. It's a little bit different for online classes. You need to respond on these online questions for me to know that you are actually attending class and you're involved in it. So attendance is a little bit different, especially given the online nature of this course. But you need to sign in and check the weekly readings, the weekly lectures every week. I can check if you have signed on, and I can see how long you signed on for. So signing on for 30 seconds won't count, and you'll get an email from me asking you about that. And then there's a little bit more on here about withdrawing from a course, and you need to withdraw by a certain date. If you're going to withdraw, there's a certain cutoff day where they won't let you withdraw after that. So just keep those dates in mind as we go along here. So the total points for the whole class is 600. There are no weighted grades. Excuse me. Keep having to clear my throat. Divide your total earned points by 600, and that is your percentage for the class. I do it here to ACC standard grading scale. 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, and so on. So we got some codes of proper classroom conduct. So online etiquette or netiquette, if I can coin a new word, this is essentially essential, especially in our online discussions. Please be respectful of others' opinions. Please disagree if you have to. It is appropriate, but do not do it in a respectful manner. I do reserve the right to give any student a 0 for an assignment if I feel that you have breached the code of polite netiquette. I encourage you, and I actually love it when you ask questions or raise comments outside of just regular interactions. Please see me during my office hours if you need to. At the first sign of trouble, please come to me and I will help you. I may not know you're having a problem if you don't come see me. Send me an email at any time, but please maintain proper decorum. Begin and end every email with a proper salutation, or I may even ignore it. Allow up to 48 hours during a business day or business week for a response. If I haven't responded in that time, assume that I did not receive it. So our potential workplace skills, this is stuff that you can use in the real world. You can read through that. Disability services, ACC is committed to providing equal educational opportunities for documented disabilities, students with documented disabilities. If you're differently abled in any way, you need to contact Monica Isbell. Her information is here. You can call our office or schedule an appointment by sending her an email. You need to do that if you are differently abled in any way, and she will contact me and we will work out how best to accommodate you that way. This quality enhancement plan, that's something I had to include on here. Academic integrity, this is basically saying not to cheat, so I want to read it with you. The best learning environment is one based on mutual respect and trust. However, the desire to achieve a good grade without doing the necessary work may tempt some students to cheat on exams or to represent the work of others as their own. As should be obvious to any student at ACC, plagiarism and cheating are wrong and are acts of academic dishonesty. This term, academic dishonesty, means a deliberate and deceptive misrepresentation of one's own work. Instances of academic dishonesty include all but are not limited to the following: plagiarism, and that would be presenting one's own work, whether literally or in paraphrase, the work of another author. Other academic dishonesty terms: turning in the same paper for multiple courses, cheating on exams, tests, or quizzes, unsanctioned collaboration, falsifying data, or falsifying excuses. There are no mitigating circumstances to justify academic dishonesty. If you're unclear about what constitutes academic dishonesty or plagiarism, please ask me. Ignorance is no excuse. If I discover that you have been academically dishonest, I will bring stiff penalties to you, including a failing grade for the assignment in question and possibly a grade of F for the course. The maximum penalty for plagiarism or academic dishonesty at ACC is possible expulsion from the entire state school system. So for your own sakes, don't do it. Also, don't think that you can fool me. I've been reading and writing in history for many years now. You will be caught if you plagiarize. I'm not challenging you. I'm pleading with you not to do it. Don't do it. It'll ruin your career as a student here at ACC. So we also have Title IX information, and you can read through this at your leisure as we go along. Additional information is that I do want you to succeed in this class. Please come see me if you're having trouble. Since it's an online class, you might not be able to see me. We can video chat. I have this webcam, or you can send me an email and I will get back to you. So please come see me if you're having trouble, or if you have a question about history in general. I do know a little bit about a lot of it. Ask questions, read often, study often. The course schedule on the following page will change as circumstances dictate, considering the breadth of material that we have to cover in such a short amount of time. Don't be surprised if I have to revise the schedule. It has happened before and it's going to happen again. I will announce by email if I need to make any changes, so you will be aware of the changes that I need to make. So if you need to contact me outside of class, email me. I do check it several times daily. If class is canceled, which probably won't happen for us because this is an online class, but if it happens for snow, hurricanes, or a sick instructor or whatever it is, you will be notified on your ACC email address. So please make sure that it is up to date on WebAdvisor. But again, this is an online class, so that probably won't happen all that often. And I just wanted to put another note in here about any student who might be differently abled. If you need me to help you in some way, or if there's something I can do differently, please let me know. I will work with you. Also contact the Office of Disability Services, and Monica Isbell will get with me and we will both work with you. So on the next page here we have the course schedule, and in brackets I have the assignments as assigned. So the first week, that's this week, that's what you're watching right now. That's the course introduction. We're doing the syllabus right now. I am going to upload another video about what history is, and we'll talk about primary and secondary sources and get a little bit more in depth of what a hack question is. And we will probably do the first one together, or at least I will model it on here so you know what you're doing, and that'll be next week. We'll go over when U.S. history begins and the consequences of the Columbian encounter. I put the page numbers for where this corresponds in the book on the right here. So then week 2, you'll notice that in brackets here we have our first hack question. So by next Friday, January 20th at noon, you need to answer that on the discussion forum. And then if you look at the next week, responses to the previous week's hack question are due Friday, January 27th at noon. So that will be your response to what everybody else said on January 20th. I'd ask you now if there's any questions about that, but this is a recording, so I can't do that. So we have another week of hack questions and then responses. Our first exam will be due February 17th at noon. Then we have a week of no assignments. We will host class that week. Then we have another hack question week and then another response week. Then it's spring break, and that's happening pretty fast. Then we have a week with no assignments, and you'll notice, see here we have exam 2, which is due March 24th at noon. Then another hack question, and it goes on like this. Our final, because this is an online class and we don't have a final time, it'll be due Monday, May 1st by 11:59 p.m. So you'll just need to submit it by that time, and I will remind you about that as we get closer to it. So just to scroll back up here to the top, this is the syllabus. It's available for you on Moodle. If you have any questions about anything here, please email me. Ask questions. If you need anything, I'm going to send out an email tomorrow morning when class officially starts. I know that campus is closed, but our class is not canceled because it's online.